Hey everybody, this is Dr. Satyavani and I have my wonderful colleague and peer, Dr. Heather Lowe today.
Hello.
Hi guys. And we're here to talk to you about the new relationship that we are building between Ayurveda and functional medicine. And so Heather and I have talked about this is going to be like 3 years now, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. And we have been looking at ways to effectively work together so that we can help build wellness for all sorts of people.
Yep.
So we had this brainstorm about the relationship between Ayurveda and functional medicine, and in many ways, functional medicine is the Western version of Ayurveda, and Ayurveda is the Eastern version of functional medicine.
Yeah.
But we wanted to share with you how we would like to work comprehensively with people as it relates to that. So some of you know some information about Ayurveda and how we work with the three major energies in the body known as Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And each of those have specific functions. So Vata works with anything involving transportation, communication, and movement in the body, very much centered around the brain and the central nervous system. And Pitta is involved with our metabolism, our digestion, and our transformation, and very much linked with the gut for all intents and purposes. And then Kapha is responsible for our structure of our body, strength, immunity, and lubrication of the body. And so those three energetics that are happening inside of us all the time also have a very direct link to how we can work together in functional medicine. So in general, when we are looking at maybe a Vata imbalance, we're looking at maybe some things like anxiety that come up. So what does functional medicine look at how to get to sort of the root of something like anxiety?
Right. Well, and as Ayurveda is so good at doing, it's always looking into the gut. And if that's not working correctly, other things in our body won't work correctly.
Oh no, not at all.
And, and I think it's becoming more and more knowledge, or more well known, I should say, the gut and the brain axis and how that's working together. So to break it down into, I guess, a little simpler format, I like to think about clearing out the gut to clear the concern.
I love that.
So when we get both of those things working, then other things can be in a better place. And when we talk about the mind, that's because a lot of the hormones in the gut are responsible for how we're feeling up here.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, if we're just trying to separate those things two away, we're going to be limited in how much success that we can have. Because you always have to keep remembering it's all intertwined and it all goes together. So that may be looking at what is happening that is dysfunctional in the gut, either from just what your concerns are, or if we go into some testing to examine what might be off in the gut that needs to be corrected and rebalanced out, so the hormones have their best shot at doing their job.
I love it. I love it. So from a Pitta perspective, Pitta can manifest itself in inflammation, in inflammation of all sorts. So from a functional medicine perspective, it seems it would be pretty accurate to say that we're looking at the gut again.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So when we think of inflammation in the gut, one of the first things I want to look into is what are the potential food sensitivities, or of course potentially a full-on allergy that you may know of. But even those sensitivities, if we are eating something repeatedly and it is having a build-up effect over time, and your body is not liking it, it's going to cause that inflammatory cascade to get out of control. And then we're going to have the potential for the leaky gut to happen, where those proteins and those little food particles are going outside of the intestinal wall into the bloodstream, and then they're floating around, and your body's saying, "Whoa, what is this doing over here in my elbow? It should be in
my
gut,
shoulder, or in my head,
or my head."
Absolutely.
And then it does this thing called molecular mimicry, and it starts to attack that compound. And then we're thinking, oh man, why does this never get better? And it could simply be because the gut is sending that signal over there.
The power of the gut, and in Ayurveda, we always look at the gut first. We look at what we call Agni, and how digestion is happening or not happening, because that has a direct link to energy. And so then when we look at from a Kapha perspective, when we're looking at immunity, when we're looking at the structure and the strength of the physical body. Because I know that muscle skeletal is one of your areas in functional medicine, and that could be a result of inflammation that's happening in the gut that's spreading, much like it is that you just explained.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like how would you approach, from a functional medicine perspective, handling things like the structure, the muscle skeletal piece as well?
Yeah. So it comes back to where we were just talking with the gut and inflammation, but the piece that then comes after you identify what might be some of the causes that are going on in the gut is then getting those causes out and then going and repairing and helping to heal that gut lining. Because if it's continuing to be damaged, you may be getting rid of those foods or those triggers or stress or emotional things, right? I have to keep all those aspects in mind. But then we need to get things to take care of themselves and not have that filtering out all the time.
Absolutely. So much like Ayurveda, functional medicine, and the reason why they work so well together, which we're very excited about, is it really is a whole lifestyle shift.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. It's not, here's a pill, it'll go away, because we know that it doesn't go away, but rather really looking at somebody holistically. Both of us are also looking at how we can team up in terms of creating different regimens that complement each other from both perspectives, so that we can really holistically assist people on their wellness path.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything else you wanted to share?
No, I think
think we're good.
Covers it.
So Ayurveda, functional medicine, it is the thing to do if you want true health and wellness. Visit our website, www.zenspotinstitute.com, and check us out. Book an appointment with Dr. Lowe, book an appointment with me, Dr. Gayatri, and we will comprehensively help you meet your wellness needs. We'll see you later.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.